Well, welcome everyone. In today's video, I want to go over the recent Q&A from the DevOps. I think it's a really good one. It has maybe one thing which I'm a bit on the back foot, where I'm like, okay, I mean, this could be decent on average, but it could really go bad real quick if they don't really think this thoroughly. But overall, let's say it's a massive W for the game. The future looks bright, and I'm really hyped for them to introduce all this stuff. And there's good stuff for free-to-play players, to be honest. Especially for my accounts, I'm gonna say one of the things is regarding treaties and arrows, and I'm all for it. Okay, right now because of that, you will see it soon. I'm gonna stop spending gems on treaties and arrows, and I'm gonna wait for the next update to see how many gems and arrows I need to use. So yeah, let's go to the Discord. Okay, so here we are. Here's the Q&A. Okay, thank you to Gloria for putting the effort in releasing all of these, writing it. Huge shout out to Gloria. So, first question: after upgrading hero star ratings, it's too easy to grade a hero skill you didn't want to grade. Will you make it possible to lock the scope of skill grades? Pretty much the answer is they're gonna introduce the skill lock system that Rise of Kingdoms has. Okay, it will work the same way, and I'm gonna show you in Rise of Kingdoms how it actually works. So in Rise of Kingdoms, if we go to the heroes, to skills, as you can here, so as you can see here, you have a cork here. You click on it, you can move this slider. Okay, and if you check here, you can select the skills that you wanna be able to create. So let's say, for example, you have a 1-1-1 hero. Now I could select the first one here. I click save. And now the only skill that will be upgraded is this one. Okay, as you can see here, those are locked, so every single gold head goes into that skill. Okay, it works the same. The only thing that this doesn't really solve is issues with heroes where like maybe their third skill is a garrison 1, so now you need to do 5-5-1-1 because still you could not block only to get the gold heads on the fourth one. But so far this is really good. It helps to fix broken heroes. Okay, so massive W. Second question: will you make more treaties and sentinels arrows available? This is huge, like I love it. In version 1.039, by the way, this is the next update. Okay, this is the update that will have the new infantry heroes that it's still due to come. We will be adding more ways to obtain treaties and sentinel arrows and improving existing methods for obtaining them. First, improving the experience of obtaining sentinel arrows from defeating darklings by increasing the chances of obtaining them. This is huge. To be honest, I think they're too low currently. Like maybe in a day I get 20 arrows. Okay, so I really like that they are increasing this. Higher level darklings will be guaranteed to drop sentinel arrows. This is massive, and for me this probably means KVK darklings, and especially maybe the final zone one. So now even like your kingdom winning a KVK could literally boost faster your free-to-play players to achieve T5, because this is one of the huge bottlenecks. Okay, like in my almost T5 account, I'm buying dailies non-stop to get the gems so I can gem those treaties and arrows. Okay, but yes, I could buy like a gem bundle, and then again, like I rather do it slower with dailies than literally just buy like the gem bundle with 2x gems and just rush those buildings, because still don't have the speed ups for T5. But now if I can save my gems, now I can literally use them for artifacts or the new infantry heroes while grinding these on a free-to-play way, which is the best for my account. 2, increasing the number of treaties and sentinel arrows that can be purchased from the honorary memberships through using resources. Now I have no clue what this is. I think this might be more like a new thing, because if we go to the game, so if we check the game, there's no arrows. Like this is the honorary membership. There's no arrows or for resources or treaties. Now if they adding that for me is massive W. I'm buying them every single week, okay, non-stop. And if they are really adding this, depending on the amount, I'm literally for now on spending 0 gems on arrows and treaties, and I will just grind it free to play while I use my gems for heroes and artifacts, which is what really matters, to be honest. So yeah. Adding sentinel arrows as rewards for season achievements, brings of war on certain events, that's cool. Adding treaties to the Battle Abyss exchange store. I love to play Battle Abyss. It just, I don't know why I even do it when the rewards are not that good. This is pretty much like, sure, for T5 players this is worthless, I get it. But for non-T5 player, for all the free to plays, this is so huge. This is so huge. So I really love this one. Gonna give her a heart here. Now, third, will you lower the cost of migration and shorten the migration cooldown? We've received a lot of feedback, migration cooldown reduction to 45 days. I don't know why they wouldn't make it 30 days. Like, you gotta think, for me, they could literally make 0 migration cooldowns, okay? Yeah, I just don't get where there's a cooldown. One, the biggest gap is the permits themselves, okay? Like, if I migrate, it doesn't really matter that they have a cooldown, because I will not have the permits. And if I don't have a cooldown and I decide to fully buy the permits bundles, I'm telling you that it's for a good reason that I want to leave the kingdom that I'm in, okay? So I just don't get the migration cooldown. Plus, if you migrate mid-season, it's not that you're gonna ruin a KVK, because you're zone 1 locked, so yeah, I don't know. Now, second, huge, migration cost reduction. Migration permits cost will be significantly reduced for players with high power. I think this is fair, to be honest. Like, for my 50 mil account, I only need, like, I don't know. There's the chart around that it's around 7 to 8 permits. I can grind this super easily. But when you start, like, going to the 70s to 100, now you need, like, 40 permits, which, like, I don't know. Maybe, like, I will pop in the screen the chart for reference. But yeah, I think this is fair to bigger players. You shouldn't really be that punished for going high with power, which at the end is what the game wants you to do. The maximum numbers of migration permits in the Alliance Store will be increased, and the Alliance points cost of migration permits in the Alliance Store will be reduced. The devs are hearing us. Okay, people have been complaining for a long time that migration is too expensive, okay? They give you more permits and they reduce the cost. That's a net W, okay? Like, net W. That's pretty much it. Look, and players who have purchased the migration permits from the Alliance Store within the past year will have the difference in Alliance point refunded. Massive debt W, okay? They could have said from now on the permits are cheaper. No, they are even refunding you the extra Alliance cost, like Alliance Store credits cost that you used before. Like, no one should complain about this. Massive W from the devs. Now, this, for me, the question 4 is the one that spooks me a bit. But to be honest, considering everything else in here, like, even if this is somewhat bad for, like, free-to-plays to mid-spends, look, it is what it is. And as you can see, the reactions here, like, okay. I've collected a lot of epic and legendary city themes, but they are useless as I can only use one city theme at a time. Will you make it so we can apply multiple city themes buff at the same time? We've discovered a similar issue. Holiday events and Titan's Legacy offers a large number of city themes, but there's a little point in collecting them as you can only use one at a time. As a result, we'll be adding a reliquary feature. After obtaining a city theme, it will be stored in your reliquary where you can activate it to receive its attribute buffs. The more city themes you collect, the more buffs you will be able to receive. However, the number of city themes that can be activated at once will be limited in order to avoid buff inflation and preserve balance. So they know it that this could create a huge gap in terms of stats on the players. Now, I gotta say, on one hand, I love this, okay? I love whenever the game allows me to select which stats I want to buff in my March, okay? Because this rewards knowledge in the game. You have knowledge on the combat system, if you have knowledge on how the PvP system works, okay, you can choose the correct stats for your marches to buff them and to increase their performance. You're not gonna beat a massive whale because you min-max the stats, but you're gonna make your reports look better, okay? So for me, in one hand, this is really good. Now, the other issue is, let's be honest, you get some Kraken who has been pushing every single heights of power, and now if let's say they cap at three city themes, okay, 3 epics is 15% of stats, but 3 legendaries is 30% of stats. So now we're looking at a gap of 15% stats. Is it insane? No, but the issue is if they go with a higher cap. For me, 3 sounds reasonable, okay? Like, for example, in this account, I could go with my 10% HP one, and then I could choose 2 more skins. So for example, I could go with infantry unit attacks, super good. And well, that pretty much will be it. I choose probably either marksman HP, marksman attack. I'd probably go with maybe marksman HP, to be honest. So that will be like my 3 pick, okay? I think that's still reasonable. I think that difference is still reasonable. The issue is if we start looking at 5, 7, 10 city skins that you can apply at once. Like, 10 is obviously not going to happen because there's not even that many skins. I think 3 is reasonable. I think 3 is a number that, like, 3 should be more than enough, to be honest. Like 15% stats at maximum lead. Well, I guess more like 18 if your main skin has like the crowny thing. I really hope they stick to 3, maximum 5, okay? Because at 5 we're looking at 25% stats for epic skins, but then we're looking at a 25% stats difference, okay? That's starting to get like huge, okay? I rather stick with 3, 5. I think it's acceptable because all the other stuff that contains this Q&A. Will you add later generation heroes to gold chests? Now, I completely missed this point, so I don't know what the answer. We're planning on making a number of improvements to gold chest. Changes will include, upon entering Season of Strife, players will be able to select a legendary heroes and add them to the prize pool. Wow. After the feature becomes available, more legendary heroes will be added to gold chests in Season of Strife, and the scope of the prize pool will regularly... Massive. This is massive, okay? I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna save every single gold key from now on, okay? Like, do the smart choice, save gold keys. The moment this releases, like, you're gonna get such a pump. I mean, maybe not because at the end it's RNG, but you will have the chance though to get a massive pump on your heroes, okay? So from now on, save your gold keys. Question 6. It's difficult to obtain heroes through the Strongest Lord event. Players who don't make the rankings have to wait for a long time until the heroes become available via daily deals. What will you do to resolve this? I think this is probably a W overall. Previously, this player tended to put a lot of effort in the Strongest Lord event. We wanted to ensure that hero rewards felt worth the effort. However, we also want to ensure that players who want to use these heroes are able to obtain them quickly and easily. Pretty much, the top 10 ranked players in Strongest Lord will receive heroes themselves as rewards, as well as hero tokens for that season's heroes. The number of rewards granted will not change. I don't think this is really a solution because top 10 people were already unlocking the hero anyways, and you're saying that your point is to help people unlock the hero itself so they can use it, which I don't think this first point is really solved. Like, if you were top 10, you already unlocked the hero. Like, even top 20 unlocks for you the hero. The issue is you're not getting any skills put into the hero. So I'm not really sure how this helps. Like, this helps you to unlock the hero and get an extra skill in. That's pretty much it. Point 2, the first time you purchase any hero's daily deal, you will also receive the hero themselves as a reward. So something I was doing on my 50 mil account is buying daily deals for Margaret Zaida. Well, I started yesterday. I only have one head of each. I need to ask Gloria when this is coming, because if it's coming on the next update, I'm stopping dailies for them, and I will I just want to unlock them. I don't want to push Strongest Lord. Probably Zaida will actually unlock from the wheel, so I will just keep, like, I will just wait, keep buying dailies of actually infantry commanders, and whenever this applies, I will just buy one and get the unlock. After the above changes are made, heroes offered in the Strongest Lord event will be added to dailies sooner. I think this is good W, especially because in Season 2, for example, we got the new Archer commanders, both of them first on the dailies, and then we started getting the cavalries, which for me, that leads to having stronger archers overall in the KVK, and like, it took me too long to be able to start buying dailies on those 2-cap commanders compared to an archer player. Like, I didn't really feel it made more sense. Like, 1 archer, 1 cap, 1 archer, 1 cap for me would have been more balanced. I'd say overall this is fine, nothing crazy, fine. Now, this is huge. This is actually insane. It's hard to get a high quality warped through regeneration, okay? We recognize that players have had bad experiences with the level of randomness in warped regeneration, even though we will continue to make more regeneration potions available. Again, due to the nature of RNG, this could literally help zero or be a game changer for you, because at the end you end up depending on RNG. Now, the huge part is this. For this reason, we're planning to introduce a warped action system with the existing warped system as a base. Players who receive a high quality warped with 8 skill slots will be able to put it for action, and all players in the same season will be able to bid for it. Now you will be able to sell pets on the auction house. Now, I need to clarify this, because I'm not sure if this means only pets that you capture, or pets that you're able to regenerate get to 8 skill slots, and then you can sell them for pet coins. And here it says receive. Receive could be understood as when you capture them or just achieving an 8 slots pet. So I will try to clarify that. Oops. The auction will use the same currency as the exchange house. Buyers will purchase warped using exchange coins, and sellers will receive gems in return. Now, I think this is bullshit, to be honest. You should be receiving pet coins. You're selling a pet probably because you want pet coins to create your actual pets. I think this should probably change. We hope that this feature will provide new opportunities for choice without affecting existing warped gameplay. Players who want the best possible warpeds can find the ones they want through auction, while others can exchange high-quality warpeds for large amounts of gems, allowing them to make more progress in construction or research. Yes, but the issue is that pet coins I feel right now are too hard to come by. You either swipe for them or you're not really getting a substantial amount of them. And this could have been the system that allows you to consistently get some extra pet coins. Next one. What's going on with the adjustable marksman attack ranges? Thank you to everyone for your feedback on this matter. The combat experience is extremely important to us. Makes sense. This game has the best PvP period, and it's literally the backbone of the game. You don't really want to mess it like in a wrong way. So after careful consideration and discussion, we have decided to delay the introduction of adjustable marksman attack ranges. At the same time, we will continue to look into the possibilities for improving the combat characteristics of each unit type, and designing more unit skills to make combat more interesting. I think this is a smart choice. I don't think the solution they were providing was really what's necessary. The issue with marksman is not even that much about marksman, it's more on the infantry side. Marksmen are chilling until infantry dies. Once infantry dies, archers get absolutely destroyed. Okay, like that's the main issue, because if you have no more infantry in front of you, everyone is targeting the closest thing to them, which is archers. I think they probably still will be too OP, even if they subtract some attack, HP and defense. Having the mage range, probably the archer will still destroy mages, and I do believe it will kinda replace mages in some sense. Like, it wouldn't fully replace mages, but I think the combat system will get too similar. I think they need to come up with something else. Something I suggested, for example, is to allow archers, so when they are getting hit on their back, they reduce incoming damage. So what you create is a skirmish type of unit. So you go in, you poke with your high normal attack damage, and then you retreat. Once you're retreating, you reduce the amount of damage you're taking because you're getting hit from your back. You know, like, they could come up with some clever stuff like this. Or people, you can just start using more infantry and archers can free DPS while infantry is still alive. Like, I don't know. But I think this is probably the smartest choice. Maybe introducing this, especially considering KVK is about to start, Roots of War League is coming, probably was too risky, to be honest. It's extremely difficult to get into Legendary class in Tournament of Champions by the time the season ends. Will you be doing about this? In order to maintain the intensity of season combat, we have reduced the duration of the Home Realm period and Season of Strife. We recently received feedback from players indicating the shortened season has led to a reduction in players who are able to make it to Legendary class in Tournaments of Champions. Okay, to remedy this issue, we'll reduce the point requirement for... Okay, so pretty much the points that you need to reach the final tier for some of those extra gold heads now will be less. W. Even if you're not in this situation, you will be able to reach that tier faster, and it shouldn't really matter the leaderboard, so yeah, I'm all for it. Some events are way too time consuming or have rewards that aren't worth the effort. What will you be doing to improve event gameplay? Recent surveys on event gameplay has given us detailed feedback regarding players' opinion of existing event gameplay and what they would like to see from new gameplay. Going forward, we'll use this feedback as a basis to improve the existing gameplay experience. Reaching attempt requirements for events like Breaking Through and Celestial Background Supply can receive the mini rewards within one attempt. I would like this, especially Breaking Through. I'm not gonna lie. Especially high level ones. Yesterday we were doing it, bro. It's hard for me to still be focused in on this, especially because it's 3 attempts for 1 gold head each attempt. Like, I don't know. Like, for me, I don't know, I feel like no motivation at all to do it, to be honest. Like, I was doing it because I'm R4 and need to show up, but otherwise I'd probably maybe just skip it. Like, I'd rather pay 3k gems on the VIP shop and got those 3 heads and have to spend 20 minutes doing each caravan. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe I need to rest a bit or something, I don't know. Adding a feature that will allow players to skip the first few stages of Crucible of Courage, reducing the amount of time spent on early stages. I mean, sure, why not? Allowing players to skip immediately to hard difficulty in the Trial of Light instead of requiring it to be unlocked after playing through normal mode. I think this is fine. Again, I never really bother with the hard difficulty. I don't care about those tier rewards, so yeah, sure. Adding relocation items rewards in Smash the Shadow, thank you. I don't know why I feel relocation items are so hard to come by in Call of Dragons. Like, compared to Rock, it's kinda crazy. Adding items to Battle Abyss that can be exchanged for rewards at the Battle Abyss store. Adding items to Battle Abyss that can be changed for rewards at the Battle Abyss store. What? Okay, I guess extra rewards for us to buy in Battle Abyss, but they don't say where are those rewards. Okay. Last question. Q11. Movement is too slow in Rules of War. More and more players choosing to only deploy cavalry. What will you do to resolve this? Thank you to everyone for your feedback on this issue. We are aware that the more competitive nature of Rules of War has led to players to prioritize speed in order to get important targets such as buildings and lifestones first. In this circumstance, Cavalry Legion's March speed advantage has led to imbalances between the 4 unit types. As a result, we're planning to make appropriate improvements to March speed for all unit types in Roots of War while keeping the unit types difference in speed roughly the same. I gotta say this is fair. As a main cap player, I think this is fair, and secondly, it probably makes sense for Roots of War. In like, speed is too important in these types of events where like you might have 30 seconds left for the lifestone. Like, just like for example, this came up in Rise of Kingdoms. You were fighting for the Ark of Osiris, the team that was able to reinforce faster. Once they start dying, they will usually win those fights, okay? That's why city placement was super important in Obelisk, okay? So here's the same, if you start fighting for the lifestone and the enemy has more cavalry, even if they die faster, they are able to come back again faster before the fight ends, and at the end it feels like they have higher numbers, because probably cavalry takes 3x less time to get to places than mages, probably, or even 4x, okay? So I think these are all good. Really good Q&A, really good answers. They're hearing the community, I'm gonna be honest, like they're really hearing the community, especially in the migration things. And the treaties and arrows are probably for the game. I'm spending a shit ton of money in gems to get those, so them reducing that, it means they're giving up on some extra revenue in exchange for free-to-play players and low spenders to be able to reach T5 faster. I'm really happy for that, okay? The migration cost, I really like this. There's nothing worse in a game like this to be on a dead kingdom. So them allowing you to move faster, or at least to be able to have the hope that you will be able to move, massive W. So I'm really happy about this and about what's coming to the game. So as an extra info for this video, I asked Gloria about a few questions that I had about the Q&A, and here you have the answers. So first question is, for pets, can I sell my existing 8 slots or just recently captured ones? And what's the value based off? The answer for this question is that they can sell existing pets ones, so you might want to grind now some 8 slots pets to sell them for gems, plus the values based on the stats, slots, and the stars of the skills. Second question is, could it be swapped that selling them gives pet coins rather than gems? I think pet coins are overall harder to come by. The answer is only gems for now, so sadly we cannot get pet coins through these, or it doesn't seem it's in the mind of the devs. 3. Is the gold key feature expected in the next update or more down the line? The answer to this is the gold chest will not be updated on the 1.0.39. Not sure at present, but won't be that long. Will sync with you once I get the specific time. And the last question I had, well, no, there's 2 more. What does this exactly mean? Adding items to Battle Abyss that can be changed for rewards at the Battle Abyss store. She told me, what is it? Adding items to Battle Abyss that can be changed for rewards at the Battle Abyss store. Okay, it's more items. We don't know which ones. Okay, once we know it's treaties, I think that's said on the other on the Q&A, but we don't know anything else. I hope they add some, maybe 3 gold shards like in Rise of Kingdoms. We get 3 gold shards whenever you play the PvP event, so that'd be nice. And for the last question I ask is, and for the city skins, can we stack same stat buffs or need to be different stat buffs? She doesn't know the answer at the moment, and she told me to ask this in the questionnaire about the suggestions. Really thankful to Gloria for all this information. Thank you very much. I gotta say, I'm expecting, to be honest, to be able to stack the same buff. I mean, why not? You know, like if you have 3 HP skins, you stack 3 times HP. I think that's still not crazy, but yep, hope this was helpful.